Always. It's always against the wall. Always. It's ingrained.
Another day down.
Yeah, I was just telling the team, God, man, it's hard to believe. We got a quick turnaround tonight, so early morning in the morning. We're going to have a little half scrimmage tomorrow. It'll be the first time we kind of, not situational type stuff, but really let them play. But it's day 8 tomorrow. It's hard. I can't believe it. We've been outside one day. It's rained twice this winter, once for 20 days and once for 15. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's been a mess. But we are so lucky to be able to keep coming in here and getting the type of work we're getting. But yeah, day 8 tomorrow, so we'll be over halfway through when we walk off the field. And we got a long way to go, but I love the energy, and that's the biggest thing to me, is just getting them to come out here with purpose and energy every day, and enthusiasm to get better. And we're getting that. I mean, for every 2 good plays, we got 3 bad ones, but they're making really good progress. Because we got a bunch of guys that aren't afraid to fail. They're not out here tentative. They're bringing the energy and the effort that we need. But we got great ingredients. We just got to put it all together.
How much does it help?
Sweet jackets, by the way.
You need to
Just
get over there.
notice those.
I didn't realize
Y'all got like the uniform on.
They shop at the same
We
store.
need the 18.
I haven't seen those. Those are nice. They're super nice.
How much does it help to have the coaching staff intact when you have so much transition on defense this year?
It helps anytime. Even if you don't have transition, it helps, because you just, we speak the same language, and you can get from point A to point B a lot quicker, because you just all know the expectations. You know each other, and it's good. It's just one less box to check. When you have a lot of change, or even if you just have one, you're having to coach the coach too. But we're not really having to do that. The coaches are way ahead, and we're able to. We don't have to really worry about that. Whether it's Brent or myself or Jeff or Tony, we can go to work, and we can kind of focus on getting to where the players are and try to get them to where we need them to be.
What do you want to see from?
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
What's your assessment of Jackson Carmen through winter conditions?
Man, I'm really pleased with him. He's still got some work to do, body wise. I mean, it's his best asset and his worst asset. I mean, it's just he's a very blessed person physically for his position and his craft. He's incredibly athletic. He's naturally strong, but it's also the worst part, because he's got to really work hard to maintain, because he can get big in a hurry. So, but he's in a good place right now. He's getting stronger, but he is not quietly. He's loudly had a good 7 days. I mean, I'm very encouraged with him. In fact, I told him that the other day. I said, I really haven't even noticed you. That's a good thing. He's just kind of doing his job. Those other guys, they've really got it. Those 4 starting seniors that group has played a lot of ball. They got a lot of pride, and they've kind of pulled him along. But Jackson he knows what he has to do, and just been real pleased with him. He's still got to grow up a little bit, maturity, accountability. Just some little things from time to time. He's still a young guy. He was coming off a true freshman year, but I expect him to take a giant leap between now and September. And I'll be very disappointed if he doesn't, but, in particularly physically, just because if he will really commit physically, he could be special, because he is a very smart young man. I mean, like, really smart. Understands the game. He's got good instincts. He understands the nuances of the position. He's played now. He's so much more confident. Understands defense. Things he has the right questions, and when he does make a mistake, he understands why. So if he will really, really commit to do what he needs to do physically, he could be a special player, no doubt. Really pleased with him at this point.
What do you want to see in the scrimmage tomorrow?
Well, I want to see how we react because everything to this point it's either been practice oriented, installation, competitive work, but scripted, situational work, and because you're trying to build a good foundation for these guys, and so now who can go put it all together. First down, second down, third down, second long, second short, third and long, third and short, field positions. 2 minutes, we'll get into that a little bit tomorrow too. Short yardage, and just put it together. Because and again, just have a, as opposed to having a first down competitive deal or a first down play second down or second down play third down. We're gonna put the ball down. If you get 3 and out, you're out, just like a game. So just kind of create a game situation for them. For about 40% of the practice, and just see how they respond. Change some groups up, shuffle some people around, change up some matchups, and just challenge them in that way. But we need to clean up a little. We need to be a little more efficient offensively than we were Wednesday. We weren't as efficient as we need to be, and then defensively, too many big explosive plays. So. Just both sides have got some improving to do, but the number one thing is just seeing those young guys defensively cut the mental mistakes down. Physically, we're going to be all right. We just got a long way to go mentally.
Coach, Lynn J, 5th in the nation in yards per carry last year. Looked like he put on some muscle. How much can that extra weight help him, especially in pass protection?
Ton. I mean, it just adds to his confidence. It makes him a more physical player. I mean, he's naturally strong, and we saw that last year with his running style and ability to break tackles. But it just makes him a more confident physical player, and he's made some strides. Even though he wasn't able to go through power hour, his body has naturally just responded to what we do in season, but then the short off season that we had, winter conditioning and winter training. But he's had a good 7 days as well. Just the game has slowed down for him, and same thing. And that's one of the reasons I like to go early, because I like to have a really good, longer off season, but we can take some breaks within it. And we don't have to just strain them, in a short amount of time. I just think they respond better to that. So I feel like he's going to be a guy that's going to really, and he did, obviously had some great plays last year, but I think he made some of those plays, not going where he was supposed to go all the time. He just would make a guy miss and make something happen. I just think he'll be a cleaner player and with the same explosiveness.
From your perspective, what is it that everyone loves so much about Chad Smith?
About Chad Smith?
Shaq.
I just think he's such a committed guy. I think the other thing is probably how he has handled himself. He's a very good student. He's just a guy that's committed in every area of his life. I mean, he is truly, we talk about being committed to excellence in all areas, and he's applied that. I mean, he's excellent in his studies. He's excellent in his relationships. He's excellent in his learning of football. He's excellent in the weight room. He's excellent in community service. He's excellent in his leadership. He just takes so much pride in that, and I think he's such a good example, to his teammates of a guy who hasn't pouted. He came in here and he recognized his weaknesses, even though the world says he's the greatest player in the history of football and he should be starting the day he gets here. That's the world we live in. But how he handled those expectations and has just been patient and has worked to prepare himself for this opportunity, and he's done a really nice job. And really, you just love to see that. I mean, and we've had lots of guys like that. Vic Beasley didn't really play hardly at all until he was a fourth-year junior here, and had a pretty good fourth-year junior year and fifth-year senior year, and did all right leaving. And same thing with Dorian. I mean, DJ Goodson. I mean, we had lots of those guys, and he was just a guy that it just took a little while football-wise for him to be able to compete like he needed to. And now he's just in a much better place. He's just really confident. And I just think his teammates have a great respect for that. But it's just how he treats people. You know, he's just a great natural leader, and I mean he's been that way. I mean the weight room, every area. You put him out, he goes and does micro internship, and you get all these great comments. He's just out front in a lot of areas that a lot of the people don't see, and I think his teammates recognize that. But he's definitely one of the best leaders we have.
How's Xavier Kelly handling his opportunity?
He's doing good. He's doing good. I mean, he's still a work in progress, but he's way better. He's improved, but he's still from time to time will get too high. He's mentally not busting. He's mentally making a lot better decisions, consistently making better decisions. But just fundamentally and technically still got some improving to do. But he's doing good. He's taking pride in his opportunity. I'm pleased with him.
Kyler and Mario.
Yeah, they're out. I think Kyler will be back Monday, I think is what they said. So hopefully he can scrimmage Wednesday. I'd say if he's not back Monday, it'd be hard for him to scrimmage Wednesday, but he thinks he's going to be back Monday. So we'll see. And hopefully the same thing with Mario.
What's it like for those corners that are left out there?
Gassed. We're gassing them all. I've taken offensive guys and thrown them over there every now and then during one-on-ones just to get some reps, you know, just to save legs because we're a little thin with those two out. But you know they'll be back soon. But it's been good. You know, those guys are getting a ton of work. I mean, hey man, you want an opportunity, go get it. I mean, Anthony's got a ton of work. He's getting better. Doc's getting better because of it. And AJ's been really, really good, really consistent. And you know, Sheridan, he's getting a ton of work. A couple of walk-on guys getting a bunch of work. So it's good. It's good. We're straining them.
What are you seeing from Aiden Swanson? Do you think he could push Spires at all, or are you hoping to redshirt him?
Oh, shoot, it's way too early to talk about redshirting anybody. We got a long way to go. We got a lot of competition. I mean, you know, we haven't really been able to be outside yet. I mean, they can both punt it the hole in the roof if you let them. So, you know, Will's been very consistent. He just looks like a veteran. I mean, he just looks very poised, very confident. So that's good to see. But it's just hard to. We hadn't really been able to do much. But Aiden a little nervous early. Definitely has to get stronger. But man, he can do it. That's why we signed him. I mean, he's got natural pop. But putting it all together, biggest thing right now, we got to figure out who our second snapper's going to be. That's our. So Wiki is doing a good job as well. He's in that punting competition. So we got 3 guys that'll compete, but we got. I mean, it doesn't matter what happens this spring. We're going to have to. We got a long way to go before we play in September. So that'll be guys that'll have to earn it every day. Same thing with Potter. You know, right now it's Potter and Sawicki, and then we're going to get Whites in here in the summer, and hopefully add to that competition as well. So all those guys got to prove it every day, got to earn it every day. Nobody's got a job. You know, I say that about everybody, and they write the article. Dabo says Trevor must earn job again. Everybody's got to earn their job again, not just Trevor. Everybody, Tremaine and Crum. You know, nobody wants to print those. Pollard. Everybody. No, they don't have sexy names, I don't guess, or hair. So everybody writes about them. But everybody has to earn their job, and we'll come out of spring. Kind of a starting point, just like we came out of a season, and then you go back to work in fall camp. And it also matters what you do in the summer. And you go back into fall camp, and then eventually you get 10 days out before that first game, and you say, all right, this is what we're going to do. And then you get to the games, and then you got to prove it in the game, week in and week out. And, you know, to me, the competition never ends. And I was just telling the team that's why we've been, to me, really good, because it's very competitive at practice every day. It's very competitive. We create that competition. We promote and demote every day, and it creates great competition amongst the guys. And the guys know they got to go out and they got to prove it every day. No complacency. So got a long way to go.
How's Jalen Lay picking up the nuances?
You know, he looked like a fish out of water the first few days, but the last couple practices, I haven't noticed him as much, which is good. It's slowed down a little bit for him. and as a result, he's catching the ball better. He's just he's breathing. His breathing is slowed down a little. He was hyperventilating out here the first couple of days. He's a pleaser. He wants to please, and he's got it. Like, he knows it. He can draw it on the board. He can tell you, and then all of a sudden you get out there and it's going like this. It's like, and then you panic, and it's like, and then everybody's yelling. Coach Pearman's yelling at you, and and then it's just all downhill. But that's just kind of where they are, just kind of dropping them into grease. But the last couple practices, he's smoothed out a little bit. But make no mistake, he's gonna be something special. But that's why these guys come early, to try to get that behind them, and because they'll go back through all this stuff again in the summer. And by the time they get to fall camp, it'll be the third time to get installation, and it just if they'll put the work in, and what we call transformation from spring to August, they'll be better. And I don't have any doubt that he'll make big strides, but physically he's definitely gifted.
Chancey Stuckey is one of the first players you coached here at Clemson. What's it been like having him back as a grad assistant?
Oh, it's great. I love Stuck. So he's an awesome story. One of my favorite guys. I chased him around for my first couple of years here, telling me he wasn't going to play quarterback, and the longer he waited, the less opportunity he was going to have. So he finally gave in and led the league a couple years in a row. And that's what I tell Jeff. I was like, man, I was a great wideout coach. I'm coaching Grisham and Stuckey. I was like, man, if I'd have had them dudes. I mean, look at these guys that Jeff gets to coach. I'm like, holy cow. So I kid Stuckey and Grisham all the time about that. It's like, look what I had to work with here. Stuck was one of my favorite. Grinder, smart, tough. Had a 4 or 5 year career in the NFL. He's done a lot. He's done some TV. He's done some writing. He's done some radio. He's done some. I think he was a youth pastor, a little ministry work. I mean, he's done a little bit of everything. But he's a newly married guy with a young child, son, and they're still out in California, but they'll be moving, I guess, this summer. But it's good to have him back. He's really brought a good perspective, and obviously Clemson I haven't seen Chancey. He hasn't been back, maybe once in a long time, and because he's been over on the West Coast. But it's been fun to kind of watch him, because obviously the place has changed a lot since he was here. So it's been kind of neat, re-engaging with him. And it's amazing, because when you spend so much time with someone, sometimes things never change. And you can just like that, you just right back kind of in sync. And it's been really neat to have him back around our staff and these guys. He'll do a great job.
All right.